All right, welcome to another map labeling tutorial. For this one, you should know the drill by now. Read your heading, okay? Recreation ground after proposed changes. Okay, so this is a recreation ground and some changes will be made or have been made. So they're going to be telling us about those changes. And we are supposed to label where the new car park is, new cricket pitch, children's playground, skateboard ramp, pavilion, and notice board. There is a key here that tells us that these dotted lines represent footpath. So this is a footpath, okay? Then we have a cardinal point that tells us that upwards is the north, downward here we have the south, east by the right, and west by the left. And then you have the road at the southern boundary. We have a river at the northern boundary. We have a line of trees here by the right. We have a community hall. And we have two trees here closer to the road. Okay, so these are the things we're supposed to look out for and take note of before the recording starts to play, so that we can be able to actually label the map.
Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
So next on the agenda is proposals for improvements to the recreation ground. Councillor Thornton again.
Well, since we managed to extend the recreation ground, we've spent some time talking to local people about how it could be made a more attractive and useful space. If you have a look at the map up on the screen, you can see the river up in the north and the community hall near the entrance from the road. At present, cars can park between the community hall and that line of trees to the east, but this is quite dangerous for pedestrians. So we're suggesting a new car park on the opposite side of the community hall, right next to it. We also have a new location for the cricket.
Okay, so notice this is the entrance, okay? These two extensions show that from the road, this is the entrance. So she said that at present, people can park in the space between the community hall and the line of trees. That's this area at G. At present, people can park here, but they've realized it's dangerous for pedestrians, okay? So they've decided to put the new car park at the opposite side of the community hall. So if the cars are parking here right now, then the opposite side of the community hall is here, okay? So that, it's away from pedestrians. So the answer to number 15 is C. This is where the new car park will be, on the opposite side of the community hall. They park here right now, but they're going to move it to the opposite side, next to the community hall. Okay? So C.
As we've now purchased additional space we also have a new location for the cricket pitch. As we've now purchased additional space to the east of the recreation ground, beyond the trees, we plan to move it away from its current location, which is rather near the road, into this new area beyond the line of trees. This means
Okay, so she's saying that they have been able to purchase extra space, at the eastern part of the trees. So this F now is the new space they purchased. So they plan to move it to that area instead of where it is right now, and the place it is right now is rather close to the road. So it's probably around here, but they want to move it to that new space beyond the line of trees. So beyond means like after the line of trees. The answer is F.
danger of stray balls hitting cars or pedestrians.
So this will also mean to reduce the danger of stray balls hitting the cars or pedestrians, because it's here beyond the trees. It's no longer around here where you have the car park or pedestrians. Okay?
Plans for a children's playground, which will be accessible by a footpath from the community hall.
So the children's playground will be accessible by a footpath from the community hall. Remember, there's only one footpath, okay? From here, they are saying that the children's playground will be accessible if you walk on this path.
Alongside the river. We'd originally thought of having it close to the road, but we think this will be a more attractive location.
The children's playground will be accessible by a footpath towards the river, and it's on the same, like it's by the river. So the only place that you can access using this footpath, and it's also by the river, is A. Okay? You can access B by, if you're walking on this footpath, but then it's not by the river. It's not next to the river. So the best answer is A. So this is where the children's playground would be. So next, we have to talk about this, or listen out for where the skateboard ramp is.
The skateboard ramp is very popular with both younger and older children. We had considered moving this up towards the river, but in the end, we decided to have it in the southeast corner near the road.
So the skateboard ramp, they had initially thought of moving it close to the river, but at the end of the day, they decided to put it at the southeast corner near the road. So another thing about some map completion questions is that if you don't know how to read cardinal points, you might miss some answers. Okay, so what is the southeast corner? Look at this cardinal point here. This is the south and this is the east. The southeast is simply in between. Okay, so right here you have southeast. Just like here you have northeast. Here southwest, and here northwest. Okay, so these points are in between the four major cardinal points. So she is saying that they decided to put the skateboard ramp at the southeast corner of the map of the park, close to the road. So if you have a cardinal point right here, for example, pardon my lines, okay, southeast, that automatically means that this is the southeast corner. And as you can see, just like she said, it's actually close to the road. So that means that this is where the skateboard ramp will be. Okay? Now we have to listen for the pavilion.
The pavilion is very well used at present by both football players and cricketers. It will stay where it is now, to the left of the line of trees and near to the river, handy for both the football and cricket pitches.
So, the pavilion, she said it will stay where it is.
It will stay where it is now, to the left of the line of trees and near to the river, handy for both the football and cricket pitches. And finally, we'll be getting a new notice board.
So the pavilion will remain where it is, which is to the left of the line of trees and close to the river. Okay, so E is the only place that is both to the left, of the line of trees and also close to the river. Now, and the last one is the notice board.
Information, and that will be directly on people's right as they go from the road into the recreation ground.
So the notice board will be directly on people's right as they go from the road into the recreation ground. So from the road into the recreation ground, immediately by your right. That's where the notice board would be. That is H. All right, see you in the next one.